The Biden administration is barnstorming the country this week to mark the one-year anniversary of their landmark law, the Inflation Reduction Act. Recent indicators of a growing economy are key to that message, which, as Laura Barone Lopez reports, President Joe Biden took to Milwaukee today.
On offense and on the road, bringing Bidenomics to voters. The president is selling his investments in jobs, renewable energy, and infrastructure.
I'm not here to declare victory on the economy. We're not there yet. We have more work to do. But we've always had a plan that turning things around, making America stronger and safer and more competitive. Bidenomics is just another way of saying restoring the American dream.
The new message as Biden ramps up his 2024 re-election campaign follows a string of good economic headlines. Unemployment at near record lows. Inflation among the lowest of the G7 nations. GDP growth at 2.4% last quarter. And recession fears fading on Wall Street.
Recall, these fancy people used to say, well, a recession is inevitable. Now, however, those same people acknowledge that President Biden and I have delivered strong and steady growth for our nation.
A year ago, soaring gas and grocery prices cast a shadow over the president's agenda. Now, things are different.
The economy looks very strong. It looks very strong.
Laura Tyson served as chief economist for President Bill Clinton. Like many economists, she's increasingly optimistic about the country's trajectory.
The inflation rate has come down a lot, and the economy has continued to grow enough to keep the unemployment rate down, to keep labor force participation rates up, to generate some real wage growth, to generate strength in the labor market. So I put all that together and say that's a pretty strong macro economy.
Some of that is due to the Federal Reserve, which under Chairman Jerome Powell has steadily raised interest rates to cool inflation and operates independently from the administration.
Durability and capability.
But economists like Tyson also point to the president's push for legislation on manufacturing and cutting costs for Americans.
It's now law.
Like the Inflation Reduction Act, an expansive law designed to boost clean energy projects and lower prescription drug prices. And the bipartisan CHIPS and Science Act, which the White House says spurred over $166 billion in private sector investment into the semiconductor industry, and helped add 800,000 manufacturing jobs in the U.S. since the president took office.
Manufacturing construction is significantly increased. Some of the infrastructure projects are in place, are being done. Some of the climate investments are starting to be made. These are things which are going to take some time to affect the economy.
That's in part why the steady stream of strong market and labor numbers have not helped improve President Biden's standing. His approval rating is stuck in the low 40s. Just 20% of Americans think the economy is in excellent or in good shape. And 57% say the economy has been weakened by the president's policies.
Biden has a fantastic story to tell about experience, getting things done, and making the economy work for you. Right now, they're just not connecting the dots back to Biden.
Cornell Belcher is a longtime Democratic strategist. He said Biden's persistent low approval is not just about Americans' perception of the economy.
There's more variables at play than simply the economy. And a lot of what we're picking up on is Americans are anxious about a number of different issues. They're anxious about when the next shoe's going to drop and issues about control.
Belcher conducts regular focus groups. He's found that from the pandemic to abortion rights and a chaotic and divisive political atmosphere, Americans are racked with uncertainty. To combat that, he said, the president needs to loudly own the good economic numbers and sell his wins.
And I know there's been some hesitation with people in the administration about, people aren't feeling good about the economy, so should we in fact lean in and talk about how good the economy is? I think you're going to see a lot less of that hesitation. I hope you'll see a lot less of that hesitation over the next couple of months because they really do have to sell the economy.
The Biden economic bust will be replaced with the historic Trump economic boom.
And if President Biden doesn't take the credit, former President Donald Trump, the leading GOP presidential contender, will.
Anything that's good that's happening with the economy, it's only because they're running on the fumes of what we built. You understand that? They're running on the fumes, but those fumes can't last much longer.
Trump is the only president since Herbert Hoover to leave office with fewer jobs in the country than when he started. And the Biden campaign expressed confidence Bidenomics is working, telling NewsHour, "We are running an aggressive campaign and will be communicating the choice Americans have in this race between President Biden's experienced leadership, while drawing a contrast with the deeply unpopular and twice rejected MAGA agenda, focused on tax giveaways to the ultra-rich." It's a contrast both campaigns will hammer in the months to come. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Laura Barone Lopez.